Hi, are you thinking of buying a used car? If you are, I've got a tip here that could save you a lot of heartache and maybe a lot of money. Welcome to Grey Matters. Welcome to Grey Matters, the channel that promotes the fact that the older generation still matters and looks at issues that matter to the older generation. Now, if you like what you see, please like and subscribe the video and feel free to leave some comments down below. Yes, the baseball cap's still there. I'm still undergoing treatment for sun damage to my forehead, and hopefully it won't be too long before I can get rid of this dreadful cap. But in the meantime, hey ho. So now, if you're thinking of buying a used car, hopefully you will have checked the DVLA MOT website before you make a decision. The thing is, a lot of people will just use it to make sure that there is a current MOT and find out when it expires. And some people are happy just to leave it at that. Others, if there's a short period left or 6 months or so, they might look at the MOT history. And even then, a lot of people, if they see it's got an MOT and maybe a couple of advisories that don't look too serious, they'll be happy to buy. My advice to you is don't leave it at that. You've got to delve deeper. You need to go back maybe over 5 years of MOT history and actually look carefully at what the advisories and the fails are, because they can tell a story. Now, for example, we looked at a car recently on the MOT history website, and for 3 years it had got an advisory. It had passed each time, but it had an advisory saying that the front coil springs were corroded, but not sufficiently that it would fail the test. And then suddenly the 4th year there was a fail because the 2 coil springs had fractured. Okay, fair enough, it passed the next MOT, so it had been fixed. The thing was, it passed the MOT just 3 hours after it had been failed, and the new MOT certificate had an advisory. Both front coil springs were corroded, but not sufficiently to make it fail. So what does that tell you? It tells you that that workshop had a pair of old coil springs they probably took off another car when they renewed the coil springs, and they just bunged them onto this car. That in turn means that you have no idea when those coil springs too are going to fracture. It could be between the time you buy it and the next MOT, maybe during the year after. But either way, it's possibly laying you up for a bit of heartache and a lot of money. Another example, one car had an oil leak for 3 or 4 years as an advisory. Slight oil leak, nothing too much to worry about. And then bang, it failed the MOT because it had a serious oil leak and the front shocks were covered in oil and other parts were covered in oil, and it failed. Now, okay, it passed with no advisories. You think, well, that's good, it's all fixed. No, I mean, what that tells you is that the previous owner actually didn't take care of that car mechanically. What else did he not take care of apart from checking the oil or keeping the oil topped up? There could be loads of other issues mechanically with that car that will become evident once you've bought it. And also, during these 3 or 4 years that it had the oil leak, what happened to the engine? How low did the oil go before he topped it up? Did he run it till the oil light came on? There could be a lot of wear and damage to that engine and overheating caused by this slight oil leak. So again, it's a no. Don't touch it with a barge pole. If you're going to check the MOT history, obviously what you'd like to see is pass after pass after pass with no advisories. But if there are advisories on 1 year and they don't appear the next, then you can be fairly sure that they've been fixed. But please do check this history, because they can tell a story. You need to sort of analyse it, see if there's advisories that reoccur and then maybe disappear. And depending on what the advisories are, they probably don't matter too much. And if they've been repaired, that's fine. But anything that could have long-term impact on the car, such as maybe a problem with the clutch slipping or oil leaks, I wouldn't touch them, because you don't know what damage has been done during the time that those advisories were appearing. So that's really all this tip is. If you do use the website, fine, just delve probably deeper than you normally do. And if you don't use the website, if you've never used it, do, because it's a mine of good information on there. And hopefully if you check that site, you can save yourself some possible heartache and probable expenditure of a lot of money. Okay, that's it, simple as. Nice quick one today from us on Grey Matters. Thank you for joining us. Please leave your comments if you've got anything to say about this. Be more than pleased to have a look at them. And we shall see you very soon, hopefully, with another edition of Grey Matters. Bye for now.